Okay, so that is the team list.
Now please rise for the Polish national anthem.
Game results, and that'll be all the stats. Goaltender,
Please remain standing for the Israeli national anthem.
So can you hear me?
Yeah, just fine.
Excellent, perfect. We're not live yet, don't worry. So that, as soon as it's past that tick, it's live. So we can chat now, they can hear us, and the TV guy can hear us, and the band.
Okay.
Good morning, Lacrosse fans. It is day number, I don't really know, it's the last day of the ELF Men's U20 European Championship. Steph Michelson here with you up in the booth. And I said it yesterday, and I said, one of my dear friends, Henning, and gave him a shout out. And lo and behold, who is here with me in the booth today? Mr. Henning Schmidt. If you have been around in lacrosse at all, you will know Henning's name. You will know him by sight. He's about 7 feet tall, it feels like. Has played in Germany, has played in England, has set up teams in England. Currently, where are you based, Henning?
Right now based in the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg.
Excellent, and you have brought a festival team. So there's also the National Team Challenge running on the field behind us.
Yes.
Not on the live stream, so you have to come down live and watch it. Team name?
We're playing as Team Luxembourg.
What's your team nickname, is what I'm going for.
Team nickname, the Rode Löw. I pronounce that terribly, the Red Lions.
I was going for the Tax Dodgers.
Oh, no, that's just a fun team that happens to be based nearby.
Right, okay, so the joke is lost anyways. This morning, our first game of today
I just
is
didn't allow it, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Henning denies.
Germans aren't known to be funny, are they?
Yeah, so Henning is originally from Germany and somehow has acquired a small sense of humor over his time living abroad.
That's harsh. I think I have a good sense of humor.
You do. So we've got Poland taking on Israel today. First game of the day. It's not too hot yet, so we are expecting good performances from both teams. As usual, we have our live chat going on, so if you are watching live, let us know from where. And we would like to give shout outs to everybody who's listening today. So hopefully we'll get lots of people interacting. It is nice to talk to our fans. I assume you are our fans and not just lacrosse fans as well. But my parents are living in Canada, so it might be too early for them to be watching. So hopefully somebody other than my mom and dad will be tuning in this morning.
Yeah, I think we can say that this has been a really, really good tournament. The impact this has on those programs is tremendous, and I think when we started this, 10, 15 years ago now? Do we care to tell?
A long time ago.
A long time ago, in the land far away, when this started, I think the notion of having a dedicated under-20 tournament would have been like 2 o'clock in the morning, hysterical joke time.
Yeah, after several cold beverages, it would have been
only
crazy.
2, the first and the last one.
Yeah.
So what we're seeing here right now is really, really encouraging and great to see. Israel, incredibly well-run program. Poland, just as well-run, if possibly with a slightly different structure. And the first result was one that I think Poland might look to get a second look on. Here we go for the first face-off. It's obviously one of the key parts of the game. You have the ball. For that, you need to win the face-off, like we see here. On it to himself. Oh,
bit of a
struggle
golf
there.
move right there.
Little struggle there. Oh, gets away with it. So, if you're Poland, one of the first things you possibly want to see is that your attackmen actually are ready to go from the constraint on the left-hand side to pressure the ball if it comes their way. But here we go, Poland with some nice pressure. Here we go, 2-on-1. Win that one. Ah, come on, nice. Good hustle play, gets a call.
And just in case anyone's wondering, again, I am sticking to the color commentary. I will enlighten you on various bits and pieces. Henning is going to do the actual bit of men's lacrosse. Once we're calling women's lacrosse, I will be much more active, but not this tournament.
Oh, it's kind of the same game, isn't it?
Vaguely, ball stick, put ball in net.
Yeah, that's
in
most
that
of the
sense,
game,
they're very
though, isn't
similar,
it?
yes. Just while we're waiting for play to get started again, hello to our fans in Israel and in Poland already this morning. Oh, and somebody's watching from Spain. Thank you. Hola, buen días.
Here we go, Poland with the ball. Nice little possession, make a couple of passes. This is where you want to be in the beginning, seeing whether you can actually do the things first. Oh, we're at the doorstep. Oh. Nope, not there. Fell over his own feet. Move that. If he gets it forward, if he gets it goosed forward like there, he has an advantage. But the Polish make up with hustle for that. But here we go. 22 on the ball. Come on, Spook. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we're still not. So one more time. Broken play, step down shot. And there we go. Nice goal. Lovely little look. Real great awareness from 8. Fading into space, signaling he's ready. And that's a big one for them because they lost the first game without a goal. So they rectified the first thing they wanted to fix, score a goal. So here we go back to the importance of the face-off. If you had a 100% chance to win the face-off right now and you're Israel, you get the ball back and make it 1-1. If you're Poland, you have a chance to make it 2-0. So Israel on the ball. And I think they want to get the right personnel on. So you see long pole midi just out of shot, moving down. And from the bottom right of the screen, you should see a short stick coming on now. The referees arranging themselves also. So there's different ways they can process it from here. They have the individual talent to score if they choose to, and they had 10 goals in the first game. So let's see what they do.
So one of our fans listening in online has just kindly reminded us that some of the Polish guys had played in the Israel Premier Lacrosse League, which is a great little league that they run every summer. I say little. They invite
really, really good program.
They invite lacrosse players from all over the world, all across Europe. I know they've had some players from Uganda over, from North America. I mean, if you want to spend a couple of weeks playing lacrosse under the very, very, very hot Israeli sun, definitely something to get involved with. Also, just make friends from all over the world.
Trip of a lifetime. One of the regrets in lacrosse that I have, didn't start early enough. So we would, I think technology and me disagree. There was a technician here trying to fix something, so I hope that things are better now. My apologies if I didn't come across well in the beginning. But here we go. Israel with a shot and immediately crossed the panes, up and out. But the goalie read the play. Good backup. 14 on the ball. Have a look at the left-hand side. With 3 clears through, 14 may choose to go around the doorstep. No, goes the other way. Tries to get the angle, but the long pole gets a piece of it. Here we go. Nice GB. So now he's got to... With Luxembourg, we say you have 2 seconds to move it. He took about 3, but that did it. And nice give and go all the way back. So Israel have effectively already killed the fast break just by Poland choosing to go slowly. Here we are. And the flag on the field.
So just while we've got your attention, just a massive thank you to all our officials who have come out to be with us for this tournament, volunteering their time. Absolutely phenomenal to see them there. So thank you very much, everybody on our Team Zebra, the guys and girls in stripes, here with us this week.
Yeah, no refs, no game. Never forget that.
Be nice to your refs and
ref
your umpires on the women's side.
And ref yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't like the call, put on the stripes, do it yourself. You take several thousand decisions a game. That's a terrible mispronunciation there. Decisions a game. And it's a really good way to be involved in the game. And if you're at tournaments, it kind of pays for your playing fee and all that. So Poland chose to take a timeout here that achieves several things right now. It stops the clock and it gives them an opportunity to go somewhere. So a little piece of inside advice: if you see the referee's hat on the left, the way it points is the way the ball's going to go after a timeout. So if you miss the timeout and not quite sure which way it's going to go, it should be where the referee points with the hat at. The other structure you can see, Poland are clearly talking to defense and offense separately, so they have their team in 2 separate huddles. But most of the time, a lot of things you actually talk about is just fundamentals. So making the sound pass, taking your time, being fast, but not being rushed. And it's an incredibly hard balance to strike right, particularly if you're at a level of play like this for the first time in your life. For these players, hopefully now it's a lot more fun than possibly it was in the beginning when it was just a quite daunting experience.
Yeah, we've really seen the teams kind of find their footing physically and mentally as well. For a lot of the players, these are young guys, all under 20. This is most likely their first really big tournament to come to. Obviously, bad cases of the nerves for the first few days, but you are seeing teams finding their footing, learning where their teammates are, and getting that kind of like almost psychic vibe I think you get from your teammates when you know them well, know how they play. You can sense where your players are going to be. You
definitely see your buddy take that one step that he always does before he does this maneuver, and you just read it. Nice. Oh, he just tried to draw the flag, but the ref didn't quite buy it. He goes for a steps around, so that's a shot on the floor, and nice GB. GB for a ground ball, one of the most important things to have. Teams that have a positive GB record in a game tend to win it, and that's why. There you go, nice transition play, lovely look at the doorstep, and it's a short-handed goal, and it also kills the technical penalty. So now we're talking momentum here. So if Israel can now go away, rob the ball, and stuff another 2 or 3 into the goal, we're looking at a decided advantage. So Poland has to do something to at least not get scored on, and ideally just retaliate immediately with 1 more goal. So they looked strong. They had a good look there on that little broken play. And the majority of goals are scored like this. It's not in 6v6. It is in when something has gone wrong, a ball rolls somewhere where it shouldn't be, and that sort of broken play produces most of the goals, as we've seen today, with both goals from broken play. But hey, they got to do something on there at the face-off. That face-off guy has no contest from Poland.
Yeah, that's Matthew Gunty on it, wearing blue, number 30 for Israel. He's been consistent throughout this tournament.
Easily in the top-tier percentile of the entire team. So yeah, Longpole gave away the position, opened the gate, goes through, but the goalie neatly shuts the gate. Lovely. Good GB work. Israel a little bit too hasty on that. And I love how Poland take their time in clearing the ball, moving it across. Here we are, a wraparound check. Some call it a miracle check, but the miracle happened here.
Just a quick stat, Matthew Gunty is actually the top face-off player, having won 79% of his face-offs. We are pulling these out from Point Bench, which is the statistics system.
Yeah.
We've been using it for pretty much every European championship.
And it's so good.
If you do need a shameless plug here for Point Bench, but it's software lacrosse designed by software people, by lacrosse people.
It works so well. It's like, if you go somewhere else, you're just, enough product placement. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
So here we go. Israel on the ball, 1-1, halfway through the first quarter. So this is the first opportunity to make a mark on the entire flow of the game. If they manage to hold on to the ball for like lengthy possession, that will be felt by the defense. So 3 in red doesn't like 50 feet or 55 to have the ball and pushes out a little bit. 2-7 on X. Doesn't quite do what we want him to do, but there is a whistle. And he was in the crease. Got away with that one. 27 on the crease was beat. The moment the players are hip to hip, it's defensively ineffective. And all they can do is stay on the back of the shoulders. So here we go, Lacrosse.
And good morning to Amy, who's watching us in Scottsdale. Amy's been tuning in all the time. I think she's one of the Polish players' mums, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, thanks for joining us this morning. I think it's an early start for you over in North America.
So I'm gonna try and say names now, but I'm looking at the way to pronounce these, and I'm not so sure I should be doing that.
I can help with the Polish ones. My mom's Polish, so I pretend I know what I'm talking about.
So. Yeah, maybe a quarter breaker practices a little bit. So here we are. Nice, slow, settled possession. Poland a little bit static off the ball. Look for what 5 can do. And he had a way, went around, looking for a twisted move, but didn't quite finish. The goalie read it low to high. So here we go. That's a transition broken play moving. So Longpole has an opportunity, but not the one that you want to go. So nice decision. Poland chooses not to pressure the ball. They don't seem to be choosing to run out more. Everything that's north of the restraining line seems to be firmly blue and white territory. And they have the chance to get their players on. So here, that's a nice little trick there. If you want to win, you rule out every mistake. So just rolling the ball to someone rather than make a pass. One more opportunity to definitely get the ball. It's a marginal difference because you should be able to make that uncontested catch. But, you know, look at the England-Ireland game where you had a couple of unforced errors that cost at least one side dearly in the end. So here we go, one more with the ball. So what we want him to see is actually use his feet more and rely less on his sticks. That's a lot better. The sticks just help the feet or it pushes him out, and that's where he overcommitted. Guns around. One more step to daylight, and it could be a better shot, but he shot early and went from a 10-degree angle. The goalie had that all day. So one of the key features of Lacrosse here is the ball's not backed up, you get it back, but now we're talking, this is the time where you see what you've done in the weight and in the room and in the running track. 10 minutes in, what's your cardio like? Because the better your cardio, the better your decision. The worse your cardio, the worse your decisions. So,
yeah,
and a little bit of handbags at dawn here. Number 5 in red was not so happy about how he got manhandled there. The Zebras were right on top of it and decided that that's okay. 5 initiated a lot. If you give him more space, he can do a few things, and you can see the box lacrosse pads around him. So I'm pretty sure he's seen the inside of a box arena more than once, and he tends to stay on the left wing, entirely relying on the right wing from our end. So this is exactly what we were talking about in terms of decision making. There was no reason to take that shot at that point. And the backup was not there, so because there was no red shirt near the end line to back up the missed shot, it's now gone blue. Blue didn't even have to do anything for this. It was just one guy getting trigger happy, costing everyone the turnover. These are the sort of mistakes that, as a new team, you must rule out, and it is the obvious route for everyone to get better. Israel, if you notice, just haven't done this. Well, they've done this once before, actually, so they've traded favors here, but they look like they're doing this less frequently. So 33 on the ball, over to the wing, looks for a dodge, not quite there. The referees let that one. No, they did not. No, you cannot do that. You have to be static, sir. So if you're in the way of someone who doesn't have the ball in plays defense in any way, you're causing a foul that results in the turnover of the ball. And here we had a long pole shot, level, high to high, straight into the stick. Keeper actually didn't have to move the stick. Bit of a shame. If he goes high to low and picks a corner, it's going to be in the goal. So 3 minutes in the quarter, 1-1. You could see Israel take a timeout and decide that this is for them to kind of hold on to the ball for 3 minutes and tire them out some more. One more dodge from Max. 94 squares out, stick neatly in front. That's what we want to see. Where's the slide from? On his right hand side is nothing. That's exactly where the ball goes. Coma and neatly recovered. That wasn't terrible. Gets away with that one. Ooh, that's high.
That was right in the
That
face.
was that. He should be gone for a minute there. Yep, and he is. Gets away with that one easy. Like, that was straight to the neck, so I'm not saying that he did that intentionally, but you do not want to see players hurt, not on the last day.
No, we've had a lot of bizarre injuries over the past week or so. A lot of these guys are younger players, maybe don't know how to take a hit yet. We've seen quite a few roll the ankles. A lot of them has just been sort of accidental, obviously. But yeah, it is a lot about your strength and conditioning, as you were mentioning earlier.
There we go. Now we're talking again cardio and reliability. So the number of missed passes goes up as time progresses. And the worst thing is that if you make a mistake, it takes more effort to make up for it. So that's the sort of decision that you want to talk about to a young player and ask him how much energy that cost us. If you take good decisions, and same for Blue 28 there, getting a bit of a rough little push in the back, and rather than to go after the ball, he complains to the referee. The effect of that is unfortunately 0. So here we are, nice sidestep, moves around, and this is really good technique from 23 in blue here. Just moving around, keeping the stick out of range, and showing the attacker and the referee that the next check would not be on the stick. And that draws a foul, or you walk free more or less. And one more time from X. No, this time they didn't like it. 8 is ready to go. But there is a man in the box. He's on the other side. It's a slight disbalance. There was 2-on-1. Look at the yellow helmet and the 2 blues on the right. They don't use it, but they have a guy on the crease.
Ooh, shoveled it in.
And he shoves it, and it's a long pole shovel goal. He parked there neatly. And he did all the work before in clearing the ball over there, so well done to him.
It's number 3, Gregory Wells from Israel in blue. Number 23
Yeah, well done, Gregory. Lovely little bit of hustle place, and then the glory at the end. It's a really unfortunate time to concede that goal because there were 1-1, 30 seconds to go. If they had gotten away with 1-1, there's a much more positive message in the hustle, in the quarter about hustle and how it got you somewhere. Now it's 2-1, but that's still good considering that the score of the first game, which was 11-0, if I remember.
Yeah.
And that was 2-1. That was 2-0, so you're at 2-1 already, so that's better.
So Poland has definitely been improving over this tournament.
Man, these kids learn at an exceptional rate.
Yeah.
It's the most frustrating thing when you have in Luxembourg, we have a new kid teaching and being taught, and it takes them 10 minutes to learn how to throw and catch, and you're like, oh God, 6 months from now he's going to run around me even faster.
Yeah, we're not getting younger, are we?
It's more beautiful, I would say. So here we go, liking the intensity, and really good job from the referees to call it out loud. So here we are.
It's the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, 2-1, first quarter result. I'll be happy with that. You got 120 seconds to fix up your players. So you're talking hydration. You're talking if you're a bit unlucky, you have to drink sugar water. I had to do that on occasion. And shout out to Barbara Curvin who invented that. That was not very nice, but very effective because you're literally drinking sugar water. But it gives you that immediate hit of energy that you need.
Yep.
And recovery and preparation are such big parts of these tournaments because, as you pointed out, you will be dinged up. You will be hurt. There is no walking through this and casually having 5 beers. You have to go to bed at time. You have to stretch. You have to get up to breakfast and go back and rest some more.
This is not a 5-beer tournament. There are loads of those throughout Europe, but not when you bring your national
really good ones. But here, this is. I defy anyone dumb enough to do that to his coach and drink a beer in public in front of him before a game. I'd pay to spectate and see the reaction.
I know the Czechs took the bronze medal yesterday evening, and I think some of them are seated beside us looking very much worse for the wear.
Oh, they earned that, thow.
Oh, absolutely, but you wait until your part of the tournament is done.
So much hard.
You play till you're done, and then you can party.
Yeah, in a way, that's...
As you are allowed.
Well, it's
at an age-appropriate venue.
Oh, absolutely. We all know that there was laws in place that are to be complied with.
Absolutely. Just doing our public safety message. A lot of these people, a lot of these guys are quite young, 16, 17, 18 years old. So yeah, just stay safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Just plus, from being a general manager myself and youth coach, it's you look after those younger kids. They really have no chance to do something that they want to do but shouldn't be doing. You're more vigilant than at home. That's what I hear a lot.
Yeah.
And the ultimate threat, you know what the ultimate punishment is?
I'm going to call your mom.
No, way worse. It involves a phone.
Okay.
You take the phone.
Ooh, this day and age. A day without Instagram.
On an hour, a thread of an hour, or worse, you take the Wi-Fi code. So they have a phone.
But can't you get the
I
Wi-Fi?
know, you wait until the data package is used.
Yes.
It's a bit mean. So here we go.
Henning,
Face off.
Coach Henning coming up with cruel and unusual punishment for his
No,
players.
most of the time it's an absolute privilege to work with athletes at any level, but in particular here. Here we go. Nice shot. He did that better now. Went high to low, but he cross-checked that guy.
Ooh. Goalie was waiting for it, still got through.
We could ask the question why they didn't blow the game dead there, but they felt that their player was safe.
Number 3, Ronan Abramovich.
Yeah, Mr. Abramovich had a nice goal there. You expect him to keep playing. You play to the whistle. You can't look around for that. That's what you got the referees for. So, who are referees today? Do you know that?
We have not been mentioning names. Our Team Zebras are anonymous, all equal.
Okay, fair enough. I wasn't aware of that policy, so.
Neither was I. I just put it in place because I can't tell from up here.
I know
despite
one.
my glasses.
I know one, but maybe he should be at Summer League.
We have some fantastic referees with us this
man.
week, which is great to see them. Thank
No
you
refs,
all
no
very
game.
much.
Can't say that often enough. So 12 in red now actually puts in a little bit. It's a little bit of a push, if not enough. But you can see the other two guys are kind of looking the other way. So here we go with the ball, 30 with a shot. Goalie makes a nice stop. Now he's a few seconds, but he's reluctant to make the pass. He had 94 upright, but would rather go for the slow clear.
Do you know somebody by the name of Kirby Yoshi?
Kirby Yoshi. Oh, man.
Somebody you've coached at some point. Says you're doing a great job at commentating.
Oh, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Kirby Yoshi.
Somebody you might work with, because it's his. Is that like, because he says, don't tell my boss that I'm watching the stream. Are you this person's boss?
No, I'm no one's boss at work.
Okay.
Don't worry, Kobe. Unless your boss is listening, they will never know what you do on your Saturday
Yeah.
mornings.
Plus, you just say that the building site's too noisy near you, and you just put your headphones on. That's what maybe someone in my office has done while I wasn't there.
Of course not.
I would never.
Melvin.
I would never do that.
Do you know Melvin?
Oh, it's Melvin.
Hi,
Hey,
Melvin.
buddy. How's it going, man? Yeah, Melvin was supposed to play with us, but he just got that job, unfortunately. I told you to apply for it, man.
Oh, did you get a new job? Well done, Melvin. I
Yeah,
hope you
no,
got a big
Melvin
promotion
is
out
one
it,
of our
too.
homegrown players, and is he's really great with Melvin and others. So big shout out to Melvin for doing so well with our program. Like we put in place for Luxembourg, shameless product placement here, strength and conditioning, and a few other things. And Melvin is one of the guys that truly takes advantage of that, and it literally shows.
Well done.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Guys, we do shout outs, so if you want your name
Nice
recorded-
wraparound check. Oh, 23 is on fire today. He feels like this ball is his, and they do not agree with that, and they make it a white ball. So there's a few problems here, and they have
Lots
maybe.
of whistling. Stop the clock. Let's figure out what's being done.
It'll happen, don't worry. It's
Yeah.
11:39 static now, so it's not going anywhere. 23 with the ball, looking to move over. 28 far side, have a look. Maybe we see a big rainbow going there. Although the route through 13, 37 up to 28 might be nicer. So Poland just 5 looks to do just at least push him to the inside. So 3 on the ball, going straight through the center, has a shot, rips it, and no backup. Good morning. 33 and 14, kind of have a chat between them. Who should have done that, but one of them should have been it. And that's a sort of, and there we have a flag. That is unfortunate. So the Israeli box is losing their tempo a little bit. 2-goal margin is not much in lacrosse. Never forget that. Takes you, best case scenario, 8 seconds. If you have stopping clock, 8 seconds of game time, that can be 3-3 or even 4-3. There's plenty of that in NCAA, but also in club play. So 5 on the ball. He has a tendency to wing dodge from that position, but seems to have had enough for now. 6 on the ball. That could have been, that's premature, but here Here you can see the difference between what Israel just did for the shot and what Red had. Red had two guys immediately moving to go and just taking one step, and that's enough. You just have to show the referee you're there.
Closest to the ball when it goes out.
There we go.
Not closest to the line.
Yeah, I know.
So
that's an age-old discussion of everyone is like, I was closer. Yeah, and it's also, if you like to complain to the referee, the football field is 500 meters anywhere else but here. So.
We've got some friends from Luxembourg in addition to Melvin. Excellent.
Oh, well, who do we have now?
Lux Patat. I'm sure some people aren't putting down their real names.
Okay.
Unless you know a potato from Luxembourg who can type.
Well,
Potatoes don't have
the
fingers.
potatoes are further east of Luxembourg.
Potatoes don't have fingers. They can't type. They're inanimate. They're a vegetable.
It's more reference to my home nation's preference for carbohydrates from the ground. So 37 carrying the bound and nice double pressure. So here we go. Can they capitalize? 23 on the ball. Move it through. Kick it through. Gets into space. Move through. 23 carries the ball. Nice hustle play from Blue. 2 players down. There should be numbers. Can they read? There's 3 and 2 down here. Get to the doorstep.
Ooh.
And so 5 again prematurely. If this player is as aggressive
Patrick
on this
from
play,
Luxembourg.
Patrick Ordermo.
I don't know. Don't make him say his last name on YouTube. That's just
I'm so
GDPR.
sorry. We have a number of Patricks, but maybe it's Patrick the chef or Patrick the man that's in East Asia right now.
Okay. Well, both Patricks from Luxembourg. How are you doing?
Yes. How come you guys aren't here in the sun with a tournament? This is so much fun. Honestly, I've never done this sort of commentating before, and hands down, totally doing this again if
This
I'm
is
allowed.
the best way to watch the tournament.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sign me up, all right. So here you go, 8 on the ball. So the whole distribution of the ball is nice because you're just going for there, and they this is so frustrating to watch for me as a coach right now. I just want to go down there and shake some heads because the referees are not so sure where it went and who had it, but it was not much. And this is on 5 and 21 to just take that one step down as they see the shot winding up. Oh, they get away with that one.
Ball's going to red.
It's going to red. They did just enough, but you would rather do easily enough rather than, because it's a simple play. It's one of the biggest things about lacrosse is talent, frankly, talent a dime a dozen. Discipline and doing the small things right consistently, rare. Very rare.
Our friend Valtz is on. He says you pulled out the joke book. Guys, I'm the caller. Henning is doing the really good commentary. But he
so
does
here we
say
go. Transition coming down. That's a 4 and 4. No numbers really. They're coming down from the box, but he manages his way through the middle, loses it. Oh, that should have been a loose ball. Push. And because the ball wasn't in possession, they just get the ball back. That's a fairly painful foul to take for just getting the ball because he gets shoved into the ground, but as you say, if it starts good, it ends good. So here we go, moving the ball. And we're back to the topic of consistency. So if you saw that pass, it bounced right in front of the guy. Really good job on putting his knees together and being a rebound to wall for that. But one more step to, and a bit more patience, and you have an easier pass. So defensive approach, same story. 17 taking a lunge step. This isn't fencing, this is lacrosse. If he reads that, he's running right past you. 7 has space to the right, off the screen, and made by 53. Nice, that's a miracle check. And so that's 2 bad decisions in a row right there. The first one is that they didn't communicate on the pick in terms of who has who. And the second one is that he then throws this monster check on the hip that's basically 100.00% of the time a foul. So not only do you give them a quality shot, you also give them a man-up situation, which the blue and white can capitalize on, and they have the level for that, both individually and collectively. And this is making life very difficult because now it's a 3-on-2 at the face-off, where you haven't seen much daylight so far anyways.
Sandro says hi.
Sandro is supposed to be in a bus right now.
Ooh, Sandro, maybe you want to not be online in this case, or at least not making yourself known.
It's mobile internet.
Right.
I'm sure he can say he's just watching the play. So
Is he
throw
on your
he wins it to
Luxembourg
himself, straight in the goalie stick. Goalie has it. 4 seconds to go. Should have about 2 left. Kill the penalty is the order of the day now. Nice look. If you have 2 hands on the stick, you get that. Now it's 3-on-1 on the GB. And blue and white yet again. We're beginning to see a pattern here. There is a mistake. There is a one more look, and that's the other pattern that we see, that you just get away with a possession from a fairly poor backup. And good decision by Poland, taking a timeout right now. Reset. Don't let Israel get away by more than 3.
Red seem to be a lot better at chasing balls behind the goal.
Yep.
At least when they're attacking.
It's
Israel don't seem to be doing that very much.
It's small adjustments here. It's really just about playing slow and fast at the same time. Slow in as much as that you take the extra step, that you wait till you are at a realistic passing distance, and a few other things. And the other one is just do the small bits. Take the step into the backup, run to the ground ball, like after the face-off possession, cross over.
Always go for the ground ball. Always.
It's the ball first, boys. It's not the man. It's always the ball first. And if you can't get it, just kick it in front of you and run away with it. Yeah, the days of mega hard hitting lacrosse are also the days of losing lacrosse, because you're just not going to see the possession. So again, Poland looking with a 2-team structure in that timeout, as do Israel. But Israel have a little bit of work left to do, but considering the level of play that we've seen so far, these guys are about to go into cruise mode. If they do a few more things right, the goaltending stays the same, the faceoff continues to deliver possession at 100%. This is going to require some adjustments on the Polish end. So things you could do is you could tell your Fogo, to your face-off guy, to just not even contest for the ball and just get up and tie up the ground ball man, so that there is no fast breaks and that there's a 50-50 off the wings, and that's hustle. That's who wants the ball. So you could do that, or you could just kind of step on his feet and force him to play off his weak hand, so that he can't just move it straight in front of him and go for a fast break every time. And then offensively,
Lots of fans in the stand early this morning. We did have a crowded house yesterday evening, and we're expecting more and more fans to come and join us live. If you can't join us live, do check us out online. We've got some fans in Poland. I'm guessing some fans in Israel, because it's written in Hebrew, and that is one language I have yet to figure out.
I'm so sorry, I can't read that either. So
no. But hello to all our friends in Israel as well this morning,
yeah,
and in Poland.
And thanks again for hosting us last year. I had a great time in Israel.
And we're actually heading to Israel. We are running the Women's Seniors European Championships,
yes, that's
and that
right.
starts imminently. So it's lacrosse tournament, a few days off of my real job, and then back to another lacrosse tournament.
We both know this is your real job.
Don't tell my boss, because like Melvin, I too have just started a new job.
Yeah, funny things that Henning and Steph say include, I'm done with lacrosse, or I have a new job, I have to focus on that, and then...
I have to finish my PhD. I'm going to step back from lacrosse.
Oh, you did.
I stopped playing.
14, unlucky. Really good cut to the front, but didn't quite extend his arms up and out. If he gets that, he can rip it far side down, and the goalie never sees it. So 27 here, just going straight for the cross check. This is the price you pay. You overextend, and the guy just goes whichever side you open it to him, and thankfully the goalie is doing a very good job. And I like the Poland goalie, because he definitely works his way through it. 11 got a little nick on the helmet there, but here we are. So this is a really important possession for Poland, because as you see, the coaches, they're not interested in scoring immediately. They want the possession time. It's 4 minutes and change left. This went fast, huh?
Yeah, we're almost halfway through.
We're almost halfway through, so all we want to do is first cut the limit and then overcome the limit. If you talk to U.S. coaches, and with like decades of experience, and you ask them, how do you overcome a big deficit? They're like, cut the deficit, kill the deficit. So let's just sit on. If I were Poland right now, why not a 4-minute possession? Make Israel feel the pain a little bit. It's hot, it's humid, the ground's a bit worn out. But
that being said, Israel is a hot country. They may have an advantage in terms of the heat.
Yeah, plus they seem to be over athletic, so that's over and back. So, and this is the sort of thing where we need to kind of start asking some questions on this, because we're now having a flag. We gave up the ball quite easily. This is all really unfortunate, because it's so avoidable. 23 takes liberties in carrying the ball. That's an over-the-head miracle check, and he tucks it. Come on, boys. Poland is better than that. the 30 seconds that we've just seen is not the Poland team that's played all game.
No.
They're so much better than that. So I'm pretty sure they'll fix this. Yeah, luckily the goal killed the penalty. Fun fact about rules. Shall we talk about the rules for a little bit?
We can always talk about rules.
So if you have simultaneous fouls, so say 2 offsides,
Yep.
they cancel each other out.
Do you do a toss like you would in the women's game?
No, it's like
All
2
right.
offsides and that's it. But the moment only one person is in there, they all count.
Okay.
Real frustrating situation. Because you have one person committing a slash or something, and then all of a sudden you go from, all right, we go back to 6v6 to some funky combination of different times. So Israel are not prepared to just let this opportunity slide. They burn that timeout. You get 2 per half, so there's no point to not use it. And I think they will compete again for a lengthy possession and get the
Loads
final
of
shot.
Polish fans up in the stands.
Oh,
what
and
you can see
isn't
right
that
now.
amazing to see? Come on, imagine you're wearing the red colors right now and you see that and they're here for you. They're not here for anyone else. And they just, they clearly have
dance
choreographed
routine.
something.
Yeah.
So still not so sure how the long White Sox came back into the game around here. I've seen a lot of sandals in White Sox. So
But you're German. Socks and sandals are
yeah,
your
that
cup of tea,
was
aren't
until
they?
the 1990s that somehow this has made its way back. Okay.
So just over 2 minutes before the end of the half.
So if we go back to like kind of small things, so here's a few things you can see. So you have like, so say 11 is sitting down right now. I'm pretty sure he's entirely exhausted, and that's why he's sitting now. And he's not a negative person, but the message it sends to the blue and whites is he's not there.
No.
So
He's
unless
not 100%
unless
anymore.
this is deliberate play of looking tired, which one
Ooh,
of my first
sneaky.
one of my first coaches was the worst like that. He was a little bit older, and he would just 10 minutes in, he would just be somewhere bent over, hands on knees, and be like, and then you were like, okay, I can move away from him, and then this very effective attacker would just backdoor cut on you, get the ball, and score. So never judge a book by its cover or a player by what he does on the field. He may well have a plan, but
Trevor Rogers says hi. Says we're doing a great job.
oh, that's much appreciated, in particular from someone like Trevor, who's done so much for the game. Like South English men's lacrosse is such a good venue to play ball, and if you're ever in London, go there. But Trevor had a massive part in that, and also helped referee Summer League, built the Red and Wildcats, absolutely massively good club out and a little bit further away from it all. Hosted the Flax competition, so yeah, and England has a long history in lacrosse, right? It's and Trevor's part of that, so thank you, Trevor, much appreciated. And here we go, nice move around, up and out, turned into the shot. That's textbook. If you want to take one scene from this game in terms of what sort of technique to emphasize, that will be one of them. There's also, you know, the days of social media are great because you can prepare your practices by just sharing YouTube highlights and other things. There's also the coach's worst enemy because you teach kids how to throw and catch, and then they come back with some pro-level player highlights from someone like, I say, Matt Gibson, who does wall ball with 4 balls and 2 sticks, and it's like, I can do this soon, and you're like, maybe not.
Yeah.
But
Another good thing about social media, feel free to give us a shout out. Part of growing lacrosse is just making it more visible.
Yeah.
Hashtag EC19. Follow at EC19 on Instagram, on Facebook, European Lacrosse on Instagram and Facebook. Tell all your friends, get them to watch the live stream. It is totally free, folks. A lot of people have put time and effort into getting this to be free. Many thanks to all our sponsors for this tournament.
Many thanks.
That's what makes this accessible. We want it to be as accessible as possible to as many people as possible.
Yeah. If you ever think about should I play lacrosse or not, I assure you there is a space for you in this game.
Absolutely. If
Absolutely.
you cannot run, we will find something for you to help with.
Oh,
if you
there's-
cannot, you know, you're getting on in life, maybe your knees are gone, you know, we will not turn you away.
And it's also something where you get to see the world, right? And particularly in officiating, but also in playing like.
Absolutely. I've played in Argentina. I've played in Canada. I've played all across Europe. You know, it is your summer holidays sorted, your long weekends, find a tournament and just get there. Go.
Yeah, how many A's are in Canada?
A, three A's. Yeah. Shut up. Henning, you're not here for the jokes. That's my job.
Okay, sorry. I just felt the need to do. Oh well, regardless. So
That's
here we
okay.
are.
I commented on your socks and sandals.
Yeah,
Your
that's
traditional
okay. So
German
we're 1 for
attire.
1, eh?
All right. It's an old joke now, Henning. You can stop.
Sorry.
I am originally from Canada, having lived now I live in London. Spent quite a few years
All
in
right,
the
30
Netherlands.
with the ball again. So blue and white continue to have possession. So this is something Rhett needs to address. Like, you gotta have possession. There's only so much efficiency improvement you can do, i.e. if you get, say, 5 possessions fewer, but you're that much more effective with the ball in terms of scoring, you get away with that. So face-up, dominance at face-up isn't everything, but it helps an awful lot. It's a
I'd
bit
like to see Poland score one more goal before the end of the half.
Oh,
Come on, Red.
I'm
You
sure
can do
they can do it. It just they need to
Get
figure
possession.
out. So look at the way the defender is set right now. He's not determining where to go. Eight does a much better job of that. Just see how he squares out to the side, pushes him to the side, stay on the lower back. Nice. That's good. That's exactly what we want to see. That's a hustle play we're after. Unlucky that he makes the choice to push in the back. But
Number 8 is Wojciech Prusek.
really good D, man. Roger, that was really good defense. I like to see that. Whenever you have time to play in Luxembourg, give us a shot.
Henning is secretly recruiting all the players to come play in
No.
Luxembourg.
So see, there you go. C19 didn't quite do that. He just opened his hips and let him go through rather than initiate contact and go around. Oh, and here we go. So this swim move, I want to just say something about that. For the defenders of this world, you're allowed to push someone, and for the attackers of this world, if you do that swim move, you open up your lower ribs. If you've ever had bruised ribs, you know not to do a swim move. There's 2 ways you learn that, one before or after you bruise your ribs. So here we go. Nice.
Learn it
Good
before.
kick. Yeah, I would. Same with wearing like lower protection and good pads. So 5 is keen. So here we go. 5 seconds. Go to goal. Oh, so unlucky. That was so close. They deserved that. They deserved that shot on the goal. That is
Cheeky
it.
little push there, looked like.
Nah, it's all done. End of time. So
Yeah.
we're at halftime now. So this is what we will do.
So we're going to take a small break here. Again, thank you to our sponsors. I can see Captain Lax, Hubertus, Pro Lax Shop, Honings. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you for being a part of our tournament.
Yeah.
Henning and I are going to just turn ourselves off briefly, have a quick glass of water, and we will be back in about 9.5 minutes as we go into the second half. Israel versus Poland. Israel leads 6-1.
Outstanding. Thank you so much, guys.
Start of the second half, Israeli Poland 16.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half. Poland versus Israel. This is the European Lacrosse Federation's men's U20 European Championships. The first ones we've ever had. Last year we had the women's U20 Championships in Katowice, Poland. This year we are doing the men's equivalent in Prague. Beautiful sunny weekend this weekend, not too hot.
And here we go, same story again. Israel takes possession, takes a shot. That was exactly what you want to see. Down and low, far side. No way for the keeper to get there. The keeper's a bit on the left-hand side, but actually the shot placement could have been a tad better, but it was definitely more than good enough. And so here we go. It's hot weather. And the
nice breeze.
And the so one more rule thing. Do you care for one more rule thing? So we yesterday had this discussion in the team bus about whether you should call a stick check on a goal scorer or not. So sticks can be illegal. They can either be accidentally illegal, where you just have something meaningless like two long laces or something like that on there, or they can be illegal in as much as that they offer an unfair advantage. So for the face-off guy who torques and twists that stick quite significantly, it's particularly in these conditions quite hard to have a legal stick because they invariably get pinched, as you saw with him after scoring putting it to pot. So what you could do in theory is the moment he scores, call a stick check on him, and then as happened yesterday in a match, if I remember correctly, the sheer act of just touching the stick incurs a 3-minute unsportsmanlike foul. So
it's some really interesting stick checks in the England-Ireland game, and there
that was very, very sound call on the second one. That was England were on the losing road there. They were down by 1, not that much time left, no momentum going their way, and then they call a stick check on the goaltender. And do you recall what it was? What's the problem with the goalie stick?
I believe it was a string was slightly too long.
Yeah, so that's
30-second technical, but also loss of possession, which is what England needed at that time.
So Poland are treading water now. This is getting hard. Israel can move the ball very effortlessly. They can get it to the shooter, and look at how uncontested the shooter is. The long pole is easily 2 steps too late because he just didn't quite know where to go. Cross checks that guy for no reason, and the goalie can't quite read it. Low to high, easy release.
Hello to our
That's
friend
a simple goal.
Ivan, who's going to see you in Sofia, Bulgaria next week.
Yes, my man. How does he feel about that goalie there, that goalie move? Does he like the jump up or not so much? What do you say, Ivan?
Ivan, I don't think we're going to have the Norway-Croatia game streamed.
No.
We are streaming the European Championships. There is a national team challenge running.
Oh, that's a good little take.
Weekend.
Oh, the refs didn't like that at all. That was unnecessary roughness. That's not what we want to see because he got hit to the head right away. So he rakes it out, he goes, he moves up, and that's principally, the hit comes from the front. He hits the numbers, but he does hit the head, and we honestly, there's no need for that.
No.
This isn't for $5 million. This is for playing lacrosse, and if you're on the European circuit, odds are you're going to be with that guy in the next tournament. So you want him happy. So what was it called? Did you see it? What did I say? I would wager it's a minute. Well, let's just say we were expecting it to be a minute, and the announcer will call it out. But if it's more, it's not unjustified. So 8-1, 12 minutes in the third quarter. Oh, and they gave him 3 minutes. Not unhappy with that call, have to say, because that was a frustration foul. And if you're wearing the black and white right now, and you're a bit worried that Poland might just say final game, just kind of take someone's arm in the trunk of your car with you just because you're a bit unhappy and angry, this is the way to send a message that won't fly. Safety first and all that, but most importantly, you don't want to be that guy. Can only say that it's a sport you can play for 20 years, and good reputations are hard-earned, and bad reputations are easily happening, so don't be that guy. Here we go to the crease. Nice. Good job by the D to go through. They are not done, Poland. They are not done. Look at that hard 27. My man, that is amazing. And the hustle back into the position. And is in the crease, but that will be a push or cross-check. So the thing is, you always say head, hard hustle, but head is a really important. Ted. So you just got a 3-minute penalty, right? It's just happened, and then you get another one. Now the goalie saves the day for a little bit. So goalie, no one pressures you. He should just stand there, wait for the time to run down. And he's doing just that. Substitution off the bench. 11 waits at the bench. That's a good ball handler on the left-hand side. There you go. And why is he progressing the ball? You don't have one. What are you doing? You don't need to progress the ball. Why? I'm wondering why you would progress the ball while it's being man down. There was no clearing clock, and you can't incur a stall because there was a man in the box. There's absolutely no reason why they're effectively carrying the ball to the defense. The Israeli defense, however, decides that it's a hot day. Oh, there we go. 37 wants a piece of him. So now 4 says, no, go somewhere else. Now the ball back at X. X behind goal. Great place to park the ball because it's furthest away from your own goal. So if you make a mistake, it's kind of maximum distance and maximum time to make up for it. But also, one of the key principles of offense is that things are very different from behind goal. All the mechanics change, all the footwork changes. So here we go, 11 with a nice little shovel pass. Look on the top hand right side. Yeah, good play. So all this work, they did not. The bench is jumping up and down, telling them to calm down, and they're just, yeah, so he's seen it now. And 3 minutes, that's 20% of this quarter. The more you can stand around all that time, and the more you don't have to go there. So 23 wants a piece. Here we go. Who's Mr. 23? I'm just being Jacob Setley. So there we go. And Jacob actually did get onto the ball. Now we're going to see an over and back.
Oh, sorry, we're taking 23 blue. Gregory Wells.
Greg Wells. I'm so sorry. Greg Wells. So here we are, blue on the ball, but what a hustle play. But here we go. Go all the way. Jump. Nice. But are they gonna? He touched the keeper. So every referee exam has like 5 really mean questions about the crease dive, and it's always different. The main thing with a crease dive is it has significant injury potential in as much as that if you think of someone my size jumping at you, you have nowhere to go, and I jump straight through your legs will not last.
In case you haven't met Henning, Henning is about 7 feet tall.
So here we go. But he jumps away and across from the keeper, and the keeper initiates the contact, and they let that one happen. So Mr. Berdavid has done a good job there. So the face-off is now at even. Taking a look at the box, but I can't see if he's out or not. Nope, we're even. So blue ball. So if there is one thing I'm going to say to Poland is win one face-off. Yes, there we go. There we go. That's exactly the 50-50 we're talking about. I'm delighted with this. This is amazing. Unlucky on the GB there, but great hustle play, making them work that much harder for that. So white and blue on the ball. Look on the right-hand screen. There is a pole. And nice dip and dunk. Faked high, went around, wrapped around the guy. That was very nice, Mr. Wells. We're a killer of a game today, I have to say. So I'm not quite sure if he's committed to an NCAA school just yet, but this, if he were not, this would certainly help. So these moments are like huge opportunities for teams to grow still. The score at some point shouldn't really matter anyways, because if you're down by a number of games or by a number of scores. But Poland is still trying to win the face-off, and oof, that was a hit to the head by blue there. That was very nice. That now we get chippy. Everyone wants a long pole goal. That's not the way to play. That's it. So he's time and space. So there's the 3-on-1 right there. And that's a good decision by Zero. Abramovich takes the ball behind goal. So this is the sort of decision-making skill that's so important in attack, knowing when to go and knowing when to just sit around somewhere. So he still has that. Now go to the wing. Let's see. And you can see how the entire Polish defense is on the right-hand side of the field, and that's a much better defensive effort, because now the shooter had only limited scoring angle. Last couple of goals, they could pick wherever they want to shoot. They were free in front of the goal, but there everything collapsed towards the ball, and they actually made it happen. That's a good progression we can see within this game already. And now we're back to the topic of consistency and making comfortable passes. If Six makes 3 more steps down, he's uncontested. It's a 3 steps easier pass. So 14 carrying the ball down, looking to initiate. 27 won't have any of it. Nice, that's a very good check. Both hands on the poke check. Just move both hands towards the ball. Don't use it like a snooker cue and just whistle it through. Just use both your hands and you get a lot more force on it. And then the leverage is. So 27 should take a look to the left. Yes, now he shows for the slide. That's it. And the 2 slide was there, ready to go. And this has resulted in a turnover. 12 carrying the ball downfield. We have 20 minutes of game time left. It is not impossible to win this game, and it is very possible to get a good possession now.
I'm really going to cheer for Poland until they get their next goal. I'd like to see them bring
They
another one on the board.
have a bunch of good guys. They've got 5 who can go any day if he just takes 1 step up to sunlight. And they have 6 on X waiting there already, so he's making a choice. Little flip there. Use that a tad faster, becomes a hidden ball trick. And Poland just want to... Hey, and here we have a flag, and who would that be on? Oi, that's an unsportsmanlike conduct. So, not quite sure who got that, but... Oh, 65 had a few things to say that the referees didn't like by the looks of it. So that's a bit chippy there. And that's unfortunate to incur that. You don't have to. It's a contact sport. If you're given a 6-foot metal pole, you can wait a little bit and then express your frustration with someone in a legal and safe manner. So here we go. Nice defensive approach. That guy had a 2-on-1 down there and didn't see it. And $5 says there is a timeout now. At least stop the clock at 4 minutes. 9-goal margin, 19 minutes to go. I'd say Israel have convincing odds to win this, but I think Poland have shown some nice progression in the last couple of minutes. They handling the ball much better and much more mature off the ball there. That's a nice little split there from 88 to rip that. Oh, loving the offload. Oh, but this is great progression. The ball comes, I think, straight out of the sun. And I don't think he quite thought that his buddy was going to make that pass, but it was a perfectly good pass. He gets that, he swings it around the corner, comes up to the other side, weak side of the defense, and becomes a step-down shot, which is what Israel have done in the first half a lot. So here we go, moves down to the wing, and Israel should take all the time. 9-goal margin, that's where, if you want to play again, is where you start kind of not scoring every darn time. And there is a whistle, and we are offside, and it is a blue ball. Oh, that is unfortunate. Whoever was offside there, but the goalie has a game, huh, Mr. Number 13?
Number 13, Jacob Smith.
Jacob Smith, absolutely. Real nice on the doorstep, and I like how consistent he is. He's just doing things right the time and doesn't get too frustrated. He expresses his emotions, but doesn't drop his head and moves and was right. So see here, he's hogging the pipe, adjusting the angle, making sure the stick's within the frame of the goal. So one of the things that you want to see with goalies is that everything's covering the goal. You don't need the stick to do anything other than that. The twiddling of the stick I'm not a big fan of, but I can live with that as long as the ball is north of the restrainer. So if you're Poland, you need to kind of start making some decisions now. Who did you play? What do you want? And what do you want out of the next 15 minutes? So there's your shot. There's your goalie.
Well done.
Nice stave. You have really good step on it. Grabbed it. Really fast clear. So that's a lot faster in the clearing. Before the whole game, they would take easily 3 seconds on average just to get the ball out of the crease. And here, you can see that they move that. Granted, Israel are not really pushing against it anymore, but they really weren't all that game in the first place. So And this is the right decision now. So, oh, that gets a bit fancy, and that will be a penalty. And let's just see, because that was not necessarily a clean check, that kayak check there, because that went everywhere but the stick. So yeah, 5 takes it. Oh, he's still feeling that, huh? So I'm not quite sure what the call was, in as much as that I think called a hold or something, but wouldn't have been surprised if that would have been a man down situation for white and blue, but white and blue seem to zone it up here. That's a right call to make. If you're up by that margin, you want to minimize your opportunities to make mistakes, and playing a zone is that much easier because it forces the shots from the outside. They can rely on their goalie. So here we go. That's saying I will go by myself. I will get a nice 20 yards run up. I'll run into you and or around you. So into, around. Now here comes the offload. Here comes, that's a lovely little touch. That was brilliant look from 5. Oh, and I love the hustle play. Here we go, boys. It's unlucky.
I realize I'm supposed to be impartial, but I'm really gunning for Poland to get
Oh, man, it's just really good hustle play. I know someone who did that and lost his team a game at the World Cup against Uganda. Oh. He may sit next to you.
Oh, right, yes. Good to own up to your mistakes.
Oh, it's just blame old age. So
last 10 seconds of
last 10 seconds, quarter. So I'll say we see one more shot. But
I'm going to say we don't get a goal, though.
No, they're not even going to go now.
No.
It just,
that's that.
Yeah, so yeah.
End of the third. Israel lead 10-1 against Poland.
10-1. So things you can do now from a Poland angle is, so first one, the real winner is the program here because they've been here and they've played this far. Like right now is a point where, as Team Poland, you can take a deep breath, let the sun shine in your face, and just enjoy the fact that you're here. You worked so hard to get here, so hard.
I heard somebody's bringing pierogies as well.
So, pierogies are so nice.
Don't forget your lovely commentators up in the booth.
Yeah, just saying, we're rooting for you, and I might, maybe there's a bonus beer involved for you guys if you score.
I'm less concerned about the beers. I want a pierogi, please.
I'll trade you. I'll trade people for pierogi.
All right.
Yeah, is that cool? Nice little dive there. Yeah, and he was not in the crease, Mr. What's his name again?
53.
Jacob, he was not in the crease because the ball penetrated the surface before he landed.
Just going through some of the highlights with you guys.
Yeah, that's very nice. So here we are. So that's a lovely little pass. And so what 23 does here is really good because he moves his stick up and commits the keeper to a direction. Doesn't have to be any particular one, although this is a really effective one. And then he wraps his stick around the keeper. That's the secret. You know, at that short distance, it's not about ripping the shot at 150 miles an hour into the net. It's about making a concise little pass to where it goes. In ice hockey, you would call that old man corner because, old experienced players score that way, but it is the way to score goals, and they all count the same. Whether you have 10 highlight goals or 10 cheap garbage goals from a ground ball in front of the...
Henning, your wife has just texted to say hello.
Oh, yeah, she has.
Yes.
Yeah. You do realize that your shout-out resulted in my being asked whether after the long time she has spent with me and the significant amount of sacrifice she has made on behalf of the game, which I'm very, very, very grateful for.
You owe her flowers, as I was saying yesterday. Danielle, you have it recorded. Henning's bringing you flowers.
It is not flowers.
Oh, it's something better? Something that lasts longer than flowers.
I'm possibly digging a deeper hole here, but I'm thinking about a romantic weekend away.
Ooh.
Yeah, somewhere nice like the Czech Republic.
Somewhere nice where they don't have lacrosse?
That's not a nice place.
Henning's face is just saying it all. Danielle, I'm sorry. You will be stuck in a lacrosse tournament.
No. We're going to go somewhere nice, and there will be zero lacrosse for 72 hours.
48 hours, maybe?
72 hours.
Danielle, it's recorded. You can now hold Henning to this. Anyways, we're back to the game. Enough about
and there we go. And Poland makes the adjustment, made it a bit scrappier, and unlucky that they didn't get the ball. But so here we go. Israel, 15 minutes to go. Apologies. And nice little approach there. You can see how Poland now gives more and more space. Yeah, so initially in the first half, we would see Poland defend the restrainer line, and now it takes them a while to push out there. There's also something to think about whether you now just want to go all out swinging and spend 15 minutes playing the most high pressure you can, or you want to continue. That's hung defense, but he lets him come back. So, and this is exactly the poke check we're talking about. He just lunged into it, and that makes it that much harder to land a clean check. And that went over the other side, so that's over and back. He's within 5 yards of the ball as he starts. He gets away with that. Lucky him. The referee starts the ball there. He cannot engage with the ball until he's 5 yards clear. And if the ball carrier is clever, he carries into the guy that was in the wrong space and draws a flag, and it's a free play. Ooh, someone should have called man up, and that was very unfortunate to just go straight. Oh, and that's even more unfortunate. So 28 in blue will sit for a minute. And Poland have a nice outside shot there. I don't think the goalie expected the shot to come, but as Wayne Gretzky says, you miss 100% of the shots you
don't take. But it was Walter Gretzky, his dad.
Oh, I'm sorry. The thing is, it says on the picture, it says W. Gretzky, so.
Yeah. Also, interesting fact, I was born not far from where Wayne Gretzky was born.
And what was the first sport Mr. G played?
Lacrosse?
Ah, yes, and he was credited for his spins and moves, and he said that was because of having played lacrosse indoors.
Absolutely. So lacrosse prepares you for everything in life.
Well, it makes a lot of friends all over the world.
As well.
So
You can show up anywhere, find a lacrosse team, give them a shout, say, hey, I'm in town for business for this holiday. I've taken my wife on a romantic holiday, and they will still take you out for beer.
Stop digging that hole, please.
I told you I provide the color. You do the lacrosse.
So here you go, 8 on the ball, moving down the wing. 11, that's a guy that has a shot, can go. 5 could go. 5 has space to go by himself. They move the ball nicely, and that is really good. So the way they move the ball from one wing all the way to the other forces the entire defense to reorientate. And if you do that faster, but in terms of ball movement than defensive reorientation, you buy the time to step and shoot. Nice little skip pass, achieves just that.
And there we go.
Second time, well bloody done. There is no luck involved in this one. So that is exactly what we want to see. And this is the best bit about international lacrosse right now. These guys are down by 8 goals, and if we're a little bit brutally honest, we kind of know which way this is going to go. And look at these boys. This is if they just scored the championship winning goal.
Absolutely. Well done, Poland.
And that's amazing. And that's the one thing that I love about international lacrosse is that these guys care so much, and they sacrifice so much to be here, and every little victory counts.
Absolutely.
And it's just the sort of thing that having done other sports, I don't always see everywhere. So, that's a delay of game. Took him too long to go to the other side.
Number 6, Yahel Sofa running across that field, but not quite in time.
It's kind of, that's also a little bit on him to just make a judgment and say, maybe I can't run over that fast. If you're up by 8, the referees will want to make sure that the game runs fluently to not give them any undue advantage, and then you're showcasing your speed, or at the end of tournament speed. And yeah, there is that. They're not going to wait. They have a fixed time limit on that, and if they're not convinced you were fast enough, that's it. So 11. Look how 0 squares up. He wants to push him to his right. Takes a step on the left. Nice. Rolls around. Gets to the inside. And that skip pass I'm not a friend of, because that ended the play. If
Can
it goes
I cheer Poland for a 3rd goal?
Oh, absolutely. Let's
right.
Come on, boys. If someone can write down what "Go Poland" means, then we can say that. So, he drew the double. He had 2. You could think about taking a shot from out there. That's yes, nice. So you see there, he first was at the restraining line, didn't quite like it. To 2 steps off ball after moving the ball, and that was a much better quality shot. And so Mr. 5 in the back.
Josh Allegra has consistently been ready to go for that ball that's going out of bounds. That's the hustle that you need.
Yeah, and the positioning, he just knew what was going to happen, and meant so here we go. That check will not do anything on that guy. You can do that 100 times, and he'll just run around you. So he
Number
gets pushed.
5
He gets pushed into the crease. I'm not so sure you want to. Yeah, and they're not letting it slide. They're just saying, no, you pushed him there. It's all fine. That's a clever little play by him also to just complain about that. Oh,
denied.
No. Oh, no, everyone was surprised. So everyone was like, oh, no, I have the ball. So here we are, 23, all the way. Come on, go all the way. If you're going, he's making the mature play. He really wants to play college. Like, you know, that's a college level play. Like, no, we're not pushing the ball now. We're getting a good possession. Sorry, I should pronounce the complete word. Or enunciate is a British term, isn't it?
Pronunciation. Enunciation is saying your letters clearly. Pronunciation is making sure the letters
okay.
are.
So if
right
I say I
sounds.
should just pronounce the whole word, that's
Yes, you
that's
should say the whole
correct.
word, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Good. So here we are. Nice little move. Up down shot, and that goalie down low is hot today. Nice.
Well done, Jacob
Move
Smith.
that ball a little bit faster. 55 cannot keep up. He's done. He's gassed. Next guy, come on, find a pass to the
94,
center.
Samuel Zagatarski.
All right, here we go, boys. Honestly, if Poland gets a quick goal here, I would say they go from likelihood-wise from a very clear outlook to a less clear outlook of potentially getting closer. Cut the deficit, kill the deficit. Come on, 5. Let's
Balls
go.
with 5, Josh Allegra. Apparently he is half Polish, half Native American.
He plays like someone who's been indoors a lot, so it's and big fan of the way he moves. Would love to see a little bit more in terms of just angle play, but the rest is amazing. Yes, and that. So one of the nice adjustments that's here is the shots. Unfortunately, that now hit the possibly worst part of the field, and it went into the arm. We're really lucky with the arm here. So the lacrosse ball is actually a really good ride bullet. So let's just hope that that's a story and a bag of ice and no more than that. At international lacrosse, however, there is a spare referee on the sideline. So for one reason or another, we need an extra zebra to run in, and the herd has substitutes on offer. And if you see this, even if there's shade provided, if you play international lacrosse, you will have a fairly distinct suntan pattern. If you're really unlucky and your arm guards have like these holes in them,
Yeah.
you run around with that for winter. I did that one year. It's just not very cool. The Netherlands are getting ready over there.
They're part of the festival that's running behind, so it's a national team challenge.
Yeah, I need to go to that
And that's
after
Jorik
this.
van Bal, who I used to play with in Utrecht. So cheers to my Darmstadt
Utrecht,
Devils.
that's a lovely little place in the world with
It
with the Dam. They're going to be the bicycle capital of the world when the traffic plan is done.
Absolutely.
Now you can guess what I do for work.
Yes.
It's lacrosse, obviously.
Of course. Of course.
So
the rest is just the way to earn money.
Just, yeah. Oh, so here we go. On X. He's not marked. They swing the ball. That's your step down shot, and this is good quality offense. So wherever that ball went, it is up there. So it must have bounced off the pipe or off the keeper. And here we go. Split to the right, up and out, fire. Oh, good save, good shot, good backup. Now run around him. Go to the. So see how now the ball is marked by 3. And if you just kind of look at how many bodies are within, say, 10 meters of the ball in the direction of the goal, you can identify whether there's an extra man advantage or not. It's 6v6, but a lot of it is 2v2 or 3v3. So shooting a lot is good, but shooting a lot on well is better. So we need to see more speed and placement and a little bit more making the goalie move. If the goalie is static and has identified where precisely the ball is, he has a lot more time to read the ball. So that is a lot better there because he came off the screen, off the ball. Good backup.
Was a really good shot.
Yeah, there wasn't much to it. And there's also the goalie was beat hard by it because it was a bounce shot. So
Yeah.
if you're new to lacrosse and you wonder what's the easiest way to shoot, to score goals, just before the game, shoot on an empty goal and find out where exactly on the ground you have to shoot for the ball to go right under the crossbar. Hit that spot on the floor and the goalie will not be your friend in terms of your shot placement because it's kind of hard to miss the ground and it's always a quality shot. So 11 didn't push out there and I'm not a fan of that. I think Israel are playing a bit passively right now. 20 squaring up neatly. If they let them shoot like that, there'll be a third goal at some point. I mean, granted,
I'd like to see a third goal.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I want to see, as far as I'm concerned, I want Poland to make another 6 goals right now, make it a tight game with overtime and whatnot. But we're going to need a bit more more steam on that ball for that to happen, and we need the keeper to be on the move. So Israel are so there. 0 was planted. Weight was forward on the feet. If 9 or 8 just goes straight to the right, it's that much easier. So here we go. That's your defensive approach we're looking for. And look at 11, how far slothed in he is. So if you swing the ball further out on the wing, you might catch him a little bit out of guard. And so a little face dodge, shot.
Number 5 over there is quite free and easy.
Yeah, it's if all that you're going to do is 2 passes, pass, shoot, then eventually it becomes a bit predictable. So here we're a bit more pressure on the ball, but no one wanted to pick up on 6. 6, however, does not like what's happening, and now did we push him after the fact? Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, no, we did not. Yeah, we did. Okay, so 12. Oh, that's so these little kind of pushes and shoves when the ball is gone. That's like a really good way to end this game in an unfortunate manner, because it, as a zebra might look at that and say, all right, it's fine. But you do that one too many times, and you sit there, and the last thing you want to do is end this tournament in the sin bin. You want to be on the field and just kind of whatever the score is, you want to be with your friends and your brothers. And that's a good shot, and see how everyone tries to go low on this keeper when it hasn't worked for, I don't know, 5, 6 shots in a row now. So there should have been a pass. So 11, the Polish long pole could have just had his eyes up and get that pass. That would have been transition. 11 now slows it down. Here's the timeout. So massive function of the timeout right now. Stopping the clock.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we could.
Giving them a breather.
Well, this is also that you still want to make the most of your game, right? You know,
Yep.
Right now you're not thinking this game. You're thinking about the next tournament, the next team, who stays, who goes, and all that. So you want to get the very, very most out of this and leave these boys with big fat smiles when they're done. So this is your chance to just really fill that emotional tank and just underline to them just how well they've done. There's like 10 things you can say there that are amazing about this team. Like they cleared the ball, the goalie stops down low, they're distributing the ball, they get step down shots. There's so many good things they've done.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, all these teams can really walk away from this tournament with their heads held high.
Yeah, and if you're Poland right now, you want to look at the way this game has gone, and it's kind of in a U shape. Oh, it's like it starts quite strong, and then it dropped off a little bit, and Israel remained clinical. But now they're back level. Okay, granted, Israel doesn't fully have to push for something that much anymore, and credit to them for making everyone play. But at the same time, Poland are finding their feet and are delivering a good game.
Yeah,
And
looks like our referee's doing all right. Good to see.
Yeah.
No serious damage.
But
Probably quite a bruise tomorrow.
But a great story.
Yeah.
A great story.
When you go back to your colleagues on Monday,
Yeah, bruises are forever. It's like there's a few.
you can dine out on some good stories about
Oh.
lacrosse bruises.
Yeah, just if you're ever in a lacrosse bar and you say, "What's the best bruise you ever had?" Honestly, there's lots of funny stories.
Yep.
It's also sometimes you can't quite think of it. So one of the things I will say, if you're new to lacrosse and you're at a tournament, you know, when you can see the back of the goal, you should move. That's kind of
Yep.
the one thing I'll ask you to do is just not stay there because no one else is there. There's a reason why no one else is there.
Yeah.
So here we go, Poland. So 33 doesn't want a piece of defense. Come on, let's take him.
Last
No,
4.5
so
minutes.
he's 33 is on an island. There's no slide. There's only 28 slightly on the back. He has to approach all the way across. So 6 has the ball. He can go for a wing dodge or move it across. So Axe, good position. Defense has to approach. Oh, that was so beautifully done. If that doesn't skip off his stick, that's an easy goal. That's what we call a miracle check, because it takes a miracle. Oh, that's okay. Please don't flag that. That was a hustle play. He deserves not to get flagged for that.
His feet just slipped right out from
Oh.
under him.
Don't get mad at yourself, man. You did everything right. If I'm your coach, I'll take that flag every day. For that sort of hustle, I'll take that flag every day. Regardless of the score, I'll take that. You have that much heart and hustle in you, man. It's fine. It happens. It's a contact sport, nobody's perfect. I'm always unlucky. So here we go. Poland with an EMO, 3-3 formation, 33 up. Nice approach. Stick on the hands.
Penalty for Poland, number 5, Josh Allegra, offsides, 30 seconds.
And that's a shot. So one of the things about the shot that we would ideally always see is the more of the net you can see, the easier it becomes to score. We could reasonably argue that he had a chance to take a step up into an angle, but here comes a cut down, and that, denied,
well
and he's in the
done.
crease, so that's beautifully done. And look at how the keeper wants to push it immediately, so that's a whistle. He's live. This could be something, boys. No one's there. He's done it all by himself. Oh, that's such an amazing play. And he's doing this with under 3 to go.
Yeah.
That should be a highlight. Like
Yeah,
if I'm
definitely.
writing the report on that keeper, I'm just saying, like, has no quit in him.
If we've got the TV guy in the track on the EBS, can we get that in our highlights at the end of this, please? Because that was a good hustle. Very, very good.
It just, just picked it up, ran upfield right away, knew the rules, and then that's another thing about the game and the rules. The more you know the rules, the more you can take advantage of stuff, right?
So what I didn't know is in men's lacrosse, the goalie can run the whole darn way if he wants to. He can score.
Yep.
Women's lacrosse, the goalie can only go up to the restrainer.
Yeah, you guys need to fix that.
I do not make the rules, and when the rules do get made, I often don't like them.
I'm just giving you a
There's a lot of rule changes coming up, and they will be
and
interesting to see.
here's a call, and it is a ward, and now we get chippy about the ball, and Poland really badly want to score, and I'm with them on that. So
Come on, one more Poland.
if they have a timeout, burn it. Otherwise, let's just hold on to the ball and get the final shot of this campaign. So if you're Poland right now, you are +2. As far as I'm concerned, you've played them twice, and it was 11 zip, and
Yeah.
now it's 10-2. So a +3 actually, because you've taken 1 from them, and you've put 2 there.
Absolutely, you just see the level of improvement that we've seen at this tournament,
Yeah, and it's
you know, you're holding them off better than you did the first time. That's improvement. You scored, whereas
Yeah.
the first time you didn't. Improving.
Yeah, and look at how they.
all you
This
want.
is a maneuver we've seen more than once now. It's like swing, swing, pass,
Yeah.
or swing, swing, shot actually, and that really works. And we see some of those all those boys play, or a lot of these boys play at home in Poland. They'll take that experience home, and these younger guys will be contributors in their league.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing some of these players next year in Poland when we're hosting the men's senior championships.
Oh yeah, such an advantage to be in that position to have done that. So 99 could have sunk in a little bit. So here we go. 3 short for the stick, moves outside, poor defensive approach,
Another
but that
great
keeper is
save.
on fire. You want
Jacob Smith, you are doing incredibly well today.
So for me, MVP in red today, him, absolutely, just loving it. And that was a red timeout. Can you see the official?
Poland.
Timeout Poland, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
51 seconds left.
So 51 seconds left. Number 6 on the ball. Oh, and see the hat? See the hat right now? It's not quite pointing the way it should now. Because it's pointing the other way. It's pointing towards the. It's pointing towards the Polish goal rather than the Israeli goal.
I feel like I can see the bruise coming out already on that referee's arm.
Oh man, I can see it from here.
Yeah, I don't know. They're
Oh.
not. Oh yeah, that is an absolute
That is
bruiser.
glorious.
She is going to have
So
a
painful.
great story on Monday.
Story time is perfect, but you want to put some ice on that and some.
She'll be on the ice as soon as this game is
Yeah,
over.
it's also yeah. Everyone has a day job, right?
Yeah.
So
Great replay on some of those goals that we've seen Poland make that last
such
one.
this is actually a huge privilege to be here. Like, I can't say thanks enough, guys.
Also, thank you to our TV crew who have
And
done
yeah,
like
really,
amazing
really,
splicing.
really great. Like,
All the editing that they're doing is just fantastic.
yeah, there we go. That was our lovely little hustle play there. Thanks for picking up on that. I really appreciate that, because I think sometimes the highlights on YouTube and elsewhere don't really reward the plays we want to see as coaches, because that's what we want to see: situational awareness, taking the initiative, and being accountable for the outcome as well, and then making the quick decision afterwards in terms of how you quickly make a call and make that right pass. So it's not all for glory, just the right mix of things. So here we go, 88 on the ball. Here we go for 8. So if he starts up there, oh, that's 23. I'm not so sure. That's a long pole. You want to find out there. He had a good game, and he wants a little bit more visibility. See how he moves his way into there?
Yeah, last 30 seconds of the
30
game.
seconds to go.
We're cheering for Poland to get one more goal.
Yeah, come on. Just
We're not.
all right.
We're not
So see,
impartial anymore.
he goes to kind of the same spot. 88 on the right-hand side, looks for a clear through or a pick, depending on what he can. He is clearly looking to play with him. clears through. That leaves a short stick on what we call an island all by himself. Up, out, shot. Ah, not bad. And the long pole below read the play and cheated a little bit down low. But I don't think he cheated quite enough. So here's on the ball. 12 on the ball. 6 seconds. Come on, boys. And a flag. Oh.
3 seconds left.
Oh, it's a harsh call because it went high. Okay, I didn't see that. That's on me. I'm sorry.
Penalty for Israel and with 30
It's not a very frail individual. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Good call, ref.
Yeah. Well done. I didn't see that. You did that. That's why you're closer to the game, and that's time.
That's
well
why
done.
you wear the stripes.
So really well done to both Poland and Israel. I'm sorry I had a short night's sleep, but those two teams, blue and white and red, really did really well. Thank you so much for your time. I'm not going to go help my head coach manage our team.
Thank you everybody who's been watching online. We will be back at 1 o'clock. It is the next game, which I'm just rifling through our papers to see exactly. It is not the England.
It'll
Germany.
be a
That's
really
the
good
final.
game.
It'll be Wales Latvia.
Oh,
Wales
Latvia. That should be an interesting game. That went super tight last time, and yeah, that's two programs that are in the future of European lacrosse. In
Absolutely.
A way.
Wales Latvia 1:30 local time in the Czech Republic. That's 12:30 in Wales.
Don't you dare miss this.
I think it's 1:30 in Latvia as well.
Yeah. So everyone in Luxembourg, you guys have to keep watching.
All right. Thanks very much for joining us, and we will be back here at 1:30. Catch you then.
Thank you. Bye bye.
גבי, הרבה סטיל לפולני.
you.